Hello, 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 and welcome to what'll probably be the last video for Beyond the Edge of Owlsgard. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this, but apparently there's only 4 chapters, and we're on chapter 4, so yeah. I think I know the game that I want to replace Beyond the Edge of Owlsgard. It's going to be a bit more action-oriented, but there'll be some similar elements. Oh, and thanks for the resubscription! Nice! And this is an absolutely adorable game. This does feel like a great follow-up to Inherit the Earth. And yes, Inherit the Dearth is exactly what I was going for on that title there. So let's go in-game. Let's make sure everything is up and awesome and... Okay, well, this looks bad. Ropeway building city. Path along cliff. I have not seen any advertisements. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I should save here. Well, I've saved recently. Look at the bones!
I've never seen bones like this before. Ugh, gross. Wait, I see something lying there. What a strange thing. It must have belonged to one of those creatures. Man, it's so noisy! What sick mind could come up with a horrible thing like that? It almost seems like they're trying to get rid of everything that's still left of those creatures who once lived here.
Okay, yeah. So... yes. Finn... Oh, he's scared. Finn is a very smart person. So they're turning bones into bone dust or bone meal.
A gushing stream of dirt and chopped up bones. It disappears into a deep pit below.
Fascinating. So I'm sure if I go this way, bad things happen. Finn says goodbye to this world as he disappears into an endless sea of bone dust. Poof.
Thank you. I'll pass.
Oh, okay.
Ugh, wait. What a... must have...
Okay. Ropeway, building, city. What the heck's the ropeway? Ah.
No! Please don't!
Well.
There were animals in there!
Yeah. Ooh. Wait, you're behind bars.
I don't believe it! Jarek!
You survived? Get me out of here, quick! Please.
You're a dirty scumbag. You can rot in here.
Dirty scumbag! You can rot in here!
The typical response of a small-minded bud eater. Believe me, dear, without my help, you'll be just as lost here.
Well, what's going on?
First, tell me what's going on here. Where are we?
Use your tiny little deer brain for once.
Is this the old world?
Oh.
Great how you managed to figure that out on your own. The world from which ours was created.
Then, we should hurry up and see how we can get back.
It's too late, dear. The scepter was destroyed, and so was the world we knew. From now on, we're stuck here for all eternity.
No, this can't be.
We do well to work together from now on, dear.
The fact that he keeps calling me dear, I keep hearing it as DEAR. Yeah, why should I trust you?
Why should I still trust you?
Listen to me, please. The world we know is dead. Lost forever. And now we have two choices. We can either give in to our cruel fate and let these monsters wipe us out, or we brace ourselves one last time and save what can still be saved.
How are you going to do that?
Have you ever been to the ruined city north of here? There's some kind of huge factory there. I stumbled upon that place when I was on the run from those machines, and I was inside. What I saw there cannot be compared to anything we know. Something mighty and abysmally evil lives beneath this factory, and it seems to control everything here. It was immediately clear to me that I had to eliminate this evil. I tried fighting it with one of my notorious black powder bombs, but it was no use. This evil creature seems invulnerable. I got caught by those machines, and now here I am, just waiting to be taken to this building in the valley, where I will face my certain death. We can't get to the root of evil here, Finn.
What do you suggest instead?
We can only try to save ourselves. We need to reach that building in the valley and get every one of our kind out of there. After that, we need to leave this land and hide away from the cold, dead eyes of these machine creatures. And whether that's even possible in this world, I don't know.
We probably don't have any better prospects than that.
What happened to the others?
What happened to the others?
We were discovered by the machines when we left the cave and wandered around. We were just as confused as you are right now. Your owl friend and my men were captured first and then transported down into that huge building in one of those gondolas. The machines seem to bring all the animals there.
So, my parents are probably there too.
That's possible, but whatever they intend to do with us down there, it can't be good. Jarlina was captured by those creatures as well. I swear, if they harm so much as a hair on her fur, then...
You okay there? You went back to your native German. How do we get down there?
How do we get down there?
There must be a way to move this gondola to the building. Maybe we can make that happen with the help of that device over there. What we'll find once we get down there, though, the thought alone seems almost like a suicide mission to me.
True. What is this strange place?
What is this strange world?
Things seem to have changed much more drastically here than in the version we inhabited. Nothing here resembles how things were when our ancestors still roamed the area. Something akin to a massive ecological disaster must have taken place here. The alien species our ancestors once fled from are nowhere to be seen either. Just these machines that now reign in the ruins of this world. However, it might be a bit much to call it reign. These things act like a chaotic tribe of ants, following primitive orders and illogical goals. From what I could make out, the only logical goal of theirs is to exterminate all living creatures.
That's not good. I'll leave you to it.
Leave you to it.
As you wish, but you won't get far.
There's a lever there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that for now. Check over here. Oh, this place is
Familiar.
very familiar. Okay.
A pile of dirt and bricks. No amount of renovation will help here anymore.
True. Can I grab anything?
Pretty heavy. It's quite heavy, but it's also extremely unwieldy. And it crumbles in my pockets. Some kind of dark tray with a reflective glass panel. It's old and dirty, and I can't even see my own reflection in it.
Try to find someone you know. We did. Reach the building where all the animals are kept hostage.
Oh, you did cause me quite some headaches. I wonder why it's not spinning anymore. The silent witness to the fact that me and Gwen have been here before.
Yeah.
There it is, lying around all lonely.
Well, I'll take it.
Will surely have served some purpose in the past. This door wasn't there when I wandered around here in my world, where there should normally be a handle. This door has a narrow slot. It's locked. Hello? Is someone there?
Eep?
This can't be. Or was it just a reflection?
Nope.
What's going on here? This door wasn't there when I wandered around here in my where there should normally.
Well. Fascinating. Well, I guess we can check out the city of California.
Is anyone still here? This thing seems to be made of a different material than the glass bottles. I could take it.
Eep.
Whoa! It's made of a smooth material, definitely not glass. Now I almost feel sorry for the poor container who misses it so badly.
Yeah.
He's in a bad mood. Amazing what strange life forms have evolved here, if you can call this a life form. What is that? The shape somewhat reminds me of a duck's head, only those wheels are a bit out of place.
True.
It's there in the corner, all inconspicuous. You can see what's behind the building from here.
And that is... Oh. Can I push this?
That thing weighs a ton.
Probably literally. Nope. It's a crack?
What purpose might these gaps serve?
True.
What purpose might these...
Can I leave them open?
The gap's a little narrower over here. The bar doesn't fit. Maybe the other side is better suited for this.
Full
Leaving
iron
it on
bar?
it won't help me.
Okay.
Strange technologies.
Can I figure it out? Scan?
Scanning cells.
Oh.
One prisoner on board. What a piece of dung. This gondola will not move until all cells are occupied. Or, if we make that device over there think they are.
Okay.
I should just pick it up again.
Scanning cells. Prisoners on board.
I hate to say it, dear, but I have been admiring your cleverness for a while. Let's go.
Negative. The opening of the cells is initiated after reaching the main building. Transportation of the prisoners initiated.
Well, fun.
Transportation of the prisoners initiated. Opening cells.
Thank you, buddy.
Don't start celebrating just yet. We'll be disappearing into that building any second. And from the looks of it, it's going to get as dark as a bear's butt.
Oh no.
Hold on tight!
Main entrance reached. Contacting units for transportation.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Oh. So you can swear. That's not good.
My...
There they all are. Every animal imaginable. Taken from our world. Trapped like helpless flies in a spider's web.
So my parents might be here too. But what's happening to them?
How should I know? They're all in a kind of paralysis. This artificial intelligence must have planned something for all these poor souls.
We have to get them out of here. But how?
No.
I don't think you'll find something as easy as a lever to turn off here, dear. Oh, done.
What is it?
I believe this place is also controlled by the hideous creature below the factory, just like everything else in the area. We have to go back to the factory and destroy this thing somehow. Only
Yep.
then, I hope, will all the animals be freed from this horrifying place.
But how are you going to do that? Didn't you tell me your bombs had no effect?
Yes, there must be another way.
Eep.
Ah, what is that?
Oh yeah, the voice actors are damn good. Uh-oh.
Get out!
No, no.
No!
Derek,
Finn, stay where you are. Take my last bomb. There must still be a way to destroy this creature. I know you can do it.
Derek!
Yep. Time to flee. Very cool. Yeah, like...
Now it's up to me.
I was not expecting this game to go quite so horror route. Pretty cool.
Incredible, but at the same time, like something out of my darkest nightmares. An explosive created by the wolves. It contains a mixture with 2 kilograms of black powder and explodes when ignited at the wick. And over oversized sort of gondola, fitting for this equally oversized ropeway.
Okay.
Full of dents and scratches, probably caused by countless steel feet trampling on it.
Yeah. This is true, Seth. Finn is being smart to not go poking at things too much.
It's there in the corner, all inconspicuous. It appears this part of the floor can be lifted.
True.
I don't want to put that under there. I'm sure I'll need it. I don't want to put that under there.
Aha. Shall I crush this?
That lifting device is already activated.
I guess not. I don't want to go to the path behind the building. We know what's over there. Nothing good. Eep.
This building, it seems to be the only one still in use here. Somebody's got to be in there, or rather, something.
Yeah. There's some stuff.
Pretty clunky. I wonder if the hands of these creatures that once lived here look similar. It cuts the numerous small pipes with its imposing pincer head. There are pipes shooting out of there relentlessly.
Ah, interesting. Aha!
Now it sits there like a sad lump. The pincer head looks a little loose.
Can I pick up the pincers?
Look! The pincers have loosened a little. I wonder if you can remove them.
Yay!
This claw enabled that machine to grip and cut through narrow pipes. Whatever lies on this moving floor is immediately transported into this greedy maw.
No.
A nightmare. There must be something. A nightmare of pipes, and there must be something downright evil dwelling.
Okay, not much going on here.
Hey! Phew.
Interesting. Oh, stuff.
This wall is easy. easily 3 times my height and has at least 3 times more sharp and pointy-looking objects sticking out of it. Oh, great. This stuff is crumbling down everywhere. I should watch my head.
That is a good
Steel
idea.
doors blocking this passageway. Must be weighing several tons. This wall might collapse on me if I do that.
Oh, okay.
There must have been a bed here once. It's half buried under this rubble.
Take that?
I can't. It's stuck too tight, but maybe I could try to cut a piece from it. Ah, manure! I can't cut or even pull the mattress with these pincers. I need something sharper to cut it with. Oh, great. I should watch... A steel door is blocking... I don't think I've ever had an ugly... That's the window you can also see from the platform outside. Something's glowing up there. As far as I can tell, there's something up there. I better not try to climb it. Too high, too steep, and beyond that, full of I don't even need to say how collapsible it is.
Alright, so... Finn doesn't like that.
I'd have to go up there if I wanted to get to the top floor.
Fascinating.
These buildings are like something out of a fever dream. Why did the former inhabitants of this world build everything in a tower-like vertical fashion?
Oh, that's a good question.
Hey! Phew. A brick like that sure is handy. It serves its purpose quite well. That thing weighs you can see what's behind the... These pipes are absolutely everywhere. Strange.
Take them?
Connected to the entire... That lifting device... Or could it have been a carriage of some kind? In that case, how do you move it forward? I could climb in through these window-like openings. However, I don't think I'll find anything in there besides dirty armchairs. He's in a bad mood. Amazing what strange life forms have evolved here, if you can call this a life form.
True.
Oh, great. I should watch my...
Oh,
Pretty heavy.
that debris is different than that debris. Huh. Okay.
This'll hopefully cause a bit of havoc inside that machine. Ooh, that sounded like a couple of blades broke off inside.
Yeah. Oh. That looks
This card's
useful.
lying right next to the skeleton. I've never seen bones like this before. I've never seen. Man, it's so noisy! What sick mind could come up with a horrible thing like that? It almost seems like they're trying to get rid of everything that's still left of those creatures who once lived here.
Seems I did something slightly wrong, but that's fine. Hopefully it's fine.
Pretty heavy. This'll hopefully cause a bit of. Ooh, that sounded like a couple of blades broke off inside. I'd probably cut my hooves if I tried to catch any of those sharp blade pieces.
Ah.
This'll hopefully cause a bit of havoc inside that machine. Ooh, that sounded like a couple of blades broke off inside.
Oh, at least it properly caught it.
I've got a blade piece. Aw, the robot thing got wrecked though. Oh, quite a large blade. Hope I don't cut myself.
Well,
I cut off this part of the mattress.
sounds good. You really want your can back.
Look up here! Here you go again! I could almost reach the top window via this container.
Okay.
Maybe I could try to reach the window via the container.
Oh, God, ow. Maybe there's a way to finally shut up this murderous garbage container. Right. Like, how about this? That is a huge mattress.
Maybe I could try to reach the window via the container.
Well, let's pick up a shiny thing. It's a battery.
It's emitting a strange glow.
It's probably radioactive.
Some kind of machine creature. It looks much more delicate than all the others I've met so far. You'd almost think this one was built for purposes other than to destroy and kill.
How we doing?
Whatever you are, can you hear me? I guess not. Well, it seems to have kicked the bucket a long time ago. Ugh, it's way too heavy.
Well, isn't that nice?
Hey! Phew. Hey! Phew. You can see what's behind the... I don't need to have a conversation here. Hey! Phew.
Ah.
Hey! Phew. Hey! Phew.
I think I needed to get it to,
Hey! Phew.
punch at the hole.
Hey!
There we go.
Phew.
Okay. Time to get in. And here's hoping I don't blow up.
That was close. These still creatures are manufactured here. Who's running all this?
Almost thought that was a derelict car luge. Yeah. Not bad. Hoses.
The one hose here already looks a little loose and damaged. I've
Nice.
never seen the material it's made of. The hose is soft and malleable.
And thank you.
Conspicuously inconspicuous, it's there on the wall. Numerous hoses are attached there for some purpose. The entrance is now clear of those rays. It's just calling to be flipped.
That it is. Okay.
I get chills up and down my spine. This is the closest I've ever been to these beasts. Apparently, they have not woken up yet at this point of their creation. Very lucky for me. Otherwise, they'd probably be in pieces on the wall by now.
Hmm.
I guess that didn't do much. I need to get up close for a better look.
I'm guessing this is a timing puzzle.
The ravages of time have been gnawing away at this place for quite a while. I can see the room below. It looks like an oversized water tank. Whenever liquid is normally stored in there, this large drain at the bottom must be able to move it outside pretty quickly. There appears to be a number on this door as well. It's actually quite legible. Now, if only I could get closer to see it better. I hope these won't be used to flood this place anytime soon. I hope... Somebody thought this through. I can comfortably climb in and out with it.
This is very not OSHA regulated factory because, you know, no guardrails or anything. And the only way to pass it is
Pure, steaming, bubbly, vicious death. This is where all sorts of things get dissolved into their basic materials. Compared to the piece that this machine hangs from, my blade looks tiny. The blade can't cut through the piece that this machine is hanging from. I guess that didn't do much. I guess that didn't do much.
Hmm.
Oops! Now it's hit the edge of the pool.
Ah.
I should go on the lower...
Okay, fine.
This wide piece came off from the edge of the pool. It's made of some material that the acid can't dissolve.
Oh.
This thing must usually be operated by one of those machine creatures.
Hmm. Guess it doesn't like that.
door says 1738.
Okay.
Going through should be enough. What in the...
That is a reasonable response.
This thing is huge! Almost like an oversized brain of sorts. It must control everything here. Who could have built such a thing? What is that? It seems like a giant brain to me that's connected to everything here. It must be in charge of all the weird stuff that's happening in this building. It's covered by an enormously thick shell made of steel.
Hi. I'm Finn. Can we talk?
I'm Finn. Can we talk?
What do I have to do to make you release the animals?
What do I have to do to make you release the animals?
I'll show you.
Stupid thing! I'll show you!
Ow! The machine really do not like that tone of voice here. Ow.
This door has a number written on it as well. However, it's barely intelligible. Maybe the same number is on the other side of the door. You can't open this door the old-fashioned way. I don't think that will do any good. I can see the room behind it. Now, if I could just stick my head through it, I might be able to make out the number on the back of the door. I guess I'll have to think of something else. The door is too solid to be forced open with this.
Oh, I was thinking maybe you could use it to read, but okay.
You have to get uncomfortably close to this creature if you want to use this device.
Select tanks, shut down.
Error. No liquid in tank 2. Initiating usage of tank 1.
Can we shut down? Ow. This command is not supported in the newest version of the operating system. Well, poopy. Can I walk around? Okay.
Ugh, pretty chilly in here.
Yeah.
This must be the cold water that's being pumped into this creature's head.
Interesting.
Those weird lanterns again. You don't even need a candle to emit light. That flickering makes me sick, though. But maybe it's meant to be that way?
Oh, fluorescent lights.
The water is pumped out of the tank through these pipes. This must be the cold water that's being pumped into this creature.
Can we siphon?
I have some water, but what do I do with it now? Nothing interesting to be seen. I don't need to wet that. I don't need to wet. That dirt is off. Now the glass panel can finally shine all clean and nicely. It even seems to reflect a bit.
Oh! It wasn't reflective enough.
Even for me. I can see the room. I could peek on the back of the door that way. 6, 7, 1, 6. There you go.
Okay.
Oh, door must have opened somewhere.
Yeah, we know exactly where.
Whenever liquid is normally stored in there, this large drain at the bottom must be able to move it outside pretty quickly. The pipe here gets pretty narrow toward the bottom. It's only as wide as my hoof at its narrowest point.
So we don't want to go in there. But we can stop it up.
Ah, the pleasant sound of a choked up drain. All that boiling stuff gets flushed out through this small drain. If someone closes it, all hell would break loose here. This thing must usually be operated. That's where all the nasty green mush comes flowing in.
Yeah.
I can see the ceiling of. These pipes must transport fluid through this being. These pipes must.
Okay.
Now, very carefully. Whoa!
Run, Roebuck, run!
I think the coast is clear again.
Well, that's all glowy now. Let's take a swim.
Goodbye!
This is probably not part of Finn's original plan. I expected a little more fight back there, you know, like, hey, this is probably a dumb idea. But Finn was just like, yeah, sure, let's do it. Oh, absolutely. And the fact that it does kind of tell you each room that you can die in, hey, you might want to save here. Like, if you're caught unaware in a death in this game, it does feel like it's your fault. Whereas, you know, like a Sierra adventure game, not so much. So let's see
You have to
here.
get uncomfortably close to this creature if you want to use this device.
Oh, we can check this one now.
Initiating usage of tank 2.
Oh,
Rising temperature compensated by termination of the outer shell. Initiating usage of tank 1.
This can't be happening. It still works. There must be some way to get rid of this wretched creature.
well. Yep, very load bearing. Oh, the inspector's there.
Where are you? Finn! Are you here somewhere? Gwen!
No.
I'm so glad to see you!
I feel the same way, Gwen. Are you okay?
Are we safe now?
I don't know. For some reason, all the machines have ceased functioning. Otherwise, we might have never escaped from that horrifying place.
Have you seen Finn?
No.
We have to look for him. He must be somewhere among all these animals.
Gwen, over there.
Oh.
Is that? Finn!
It's him.
Oh, hey.
Gwen. Jarlina. It's you.
Finn, what happened?
He was lying under the rubble by the big factory.
I made it. That creature under the factory. I destroyed it.
Yep.
You're safe now.
We have to help him.
Finn, stay with us. We'll get you fixed up.
Can anyone help us? Hello?
The explosion got me pretty bad, I believe.
Yeah, concussions do that.
You saved us all, Finn. Hang in there, please.
Take care of my friends.
Don't say such nonsense. Get up. Finn, stay with us. Please.
No.
The sun is shining through the clouds. Perhaps we shall move on in that direction. Who knows? We may eventually come across a place where we're able to survive.
Yes.
Maybe someday.
Wow. Next time, try to unlock the alternative ending. Still something to do. Yeah. Some stuff we didn't deal with. Nope, that's the bad ending. So, let's try the good ending. See ya. I'm out. Yeah, they were giving us big clues about this.
Hello? This thing disappeared again. This door wasn't there when I wandered around here in my world, where there should normally be a handle. This door has a narrow slot.
Yeah.
Why do I suddenly have this strange intuition to insert this card here? This can't be! These things must have acted like keys around here. Incredibly stupid-looking keys.
Oh.
What? How? No. That can't be!
Need energy.
Are we the same?
I need energy.
What kind of energy?
It's elsewhere.
Oh?
Not much time. Soon it's too late. Soon.
Well, I've got energy.
I've got something for you.
Thank you.
Much better.
Who are you?
Fascinating.
You must be a descendant of the lost race.
But what?
The animals who once left this world. My creators often talked about when your kind would return from your self-created world.
Uh-huh.
Why are you me?
I'm sorry if this is all very confusing for you. I guess I owe you an explanation for this bizarre situation here. Just like you, I am the descendant of a lost kind. But in a, let's say, slightly different way. I was created by intelligent beings who, well, are sadly no longer with us.
Okay.
They lived in this world for a relatively short amount of time, and towards the end of their existence, they achieved an almost explosion-like technological progress.
These creatures of which our ancient texts speak. I see.
I was one of many artificial intelligences, each of them equipped a synthetic transformative body. But I guess I'm the only one left now.
A transformative body?
I figured you'd be more likely to help me if I took on your appearance. I have to
No.
say, our model of artificial intelligence was a pure work of art. We could transform our bodies into anything that was needed. We took on every conceivable job, were eager to learn, and helped our creators in word and deed. Those were fantastic times.
Are you one of those machine creatures out there?
Well, in a sense. Let's say I'm a very, very old version of them. The fact that I have not yet been found and destroyed by the current versions is almost a miracle.
What are you talking about? And what actually happened here? I'm more than confused, to be honest.
The good years of my kind were soon numbered. On the one hand, unusual behavior started to manifest in some of my species. It slowly dawned upon my creators that my kind was starting to behave in ways that were not part of our original code. And this behavior was not always of the peaceful kind.
Uh-oh.
On the other hand, decade after decade, we watched as our creators were confronted with new problems of various forms, but were unable to solve them. This eventually led to countless wars. In the end, little remained of the world we used to know. We machines were soon reprogrammed and used in these wars as well. Due to our invulnerability and ability to adapt to the environment, we were superior in every way. I was one of the few artificial intelligences who remained true to the peaceful spirit of our original creators.
I'm having a hard time following your words. So you wiped out the original inhabitants of this world? The very inhabitants we animals fled from centuries ago?
My creators themselves were responsible for their sad demise. We machines simply belonged to the ones who remained. As I told you before, there were machines that began to pursue their own goals. After our creators were no longer around to prevent this, they began forming a network of sorts. They began to act like a swarm intelligence. The factories that were once built by my creators soon got repurposed into manufacturing facilities, so the number of my kind could grow and grow. That went well for them, at least until the little resources that remained were used up, which is not hard to see if you take a look at the outside areas.
Yeah, noticed.
Since then, they've begun using scrap metal and trash to keep building their mechanical shells. By now, my kind is only a rusty, clunky shadow of its former self, riddled with defects and malfunctions. But I'm sure you've already seen that for yourself.
Yeah.
So that's what happened here.
Horrible, isn't it? You animals should count yourselves lucky for disappearing into your parallel world early on.
How did you get in there in the first place?
How do I break this down gently for you? You see, it wasn't really your world from the beginning.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Look at the board there.
Some kind of blueprint, I suppose. And that thing looks almost exactly like the magical scepter the owls once used to create our world.
It is your so-called scepter, in the form of a blueprint that was created shortly before its development.
What? It was created by the owls!
I guess your historiography needs to be corrected a bit. To be precise, it is a creation of my kind. At a certain
Oh.
point, some artificial intelligences had exceeded the intellect of my creators, and from then on, they were able to construct devices that no ordinary living being would have ever been able to come up with. You can see one of those devices there. A scepter-shaped device that was capable of separating time and space. Exactly copying already existing matter in order to create something out of it that could be called a parallel world.
Uh-huh.
This parallel world exists in the same place as the original world, but on a different plane of reality. A welcome solution to my creators' overpopulation problem at the time. They wanted to resettle larger parts of their population in artificially created parallel worlds. However, my creators could never estimate what would happen if the device was destroyed. Whether the created worlds would disappear forever, or whether they would even merge with ours here.
But the owls...
I think they were the ones who saw this as the perfect opportunity. My creators probably should have done something about the rapidly progressing extinction of the animals first. No one knows exactly how your kind did it, but one day, the scepter was gone. Maybe it really was the owls who did it. The next thing that my creators noticed was a sudden disappearance of almost all animals in this world.
I can't believe it.
Of course, the development of a new, identical device was started immediately, but it would have taken close to 2 decades to complete again. No one could have guessed that other things would happen by then, those things I told you about earlier. The machines were only able to enter your world when the energy of the device was slowly depleted. Something akin to holes started appearing all over your world, through which the machines could enter from then on. They used a special technology that enabled this. But I no longer have any insight into how it works.
Eee.
What's happening to you?
The energy source was already quite old. It is almost depleted. I guess my time is almost up.
But...
I will now have to leave, but I promise you, you'll hear of me.
No, wait! He disappeared. What just happened here? There must have been a horrible earthquake here a long time ago. Large parts of the room have collapsed. Or maybe the ceiling came down due to natural causes. I still can't believe what I heard about it. I still...
Okay. Well, now that we know more... Oh. Well, this is nice. Hi.
When? What?
He's awake!
Where am I?
We did it, Finn! You saved us all! The machines were disabled. We were able to flee.
But I...
He woke up! A loud hooray for our hero!
Give him a break for Hippo's sake.
We heard that you destroyed that terrifying creature under the factory.
Yes, exactly! I heard you blow it up! I'm sure that horrifying thing had no clue who it was dealing with.
Please, a little more quiet.
What? Who told you that? And where are we? Trees and birds? Am I dreaming?
You're safe, Finn. Bolek and the others, they're all here too. We found you when we escaped from that huge building. You were lying on a mattress, somewhere outside, as if someone had placed you there for us to find.
Somebody must have taken care of all your injuries.
How? It can't be. The factory. It collapsed right on top of me.
We can't explain that either.
I think I know who did it.
Who?
Let's just say I've made a rather strange acquaintance earlier with one of these machines, but a slightly nicer one.
Right near where we found you, someone had also put a trail of little marks on the ground.
They let us here!
Finn! Mom?
Oh.
I missed you so terribly.
Oh, we missed you too, Finn.
I've been looking all over for you guys.
Yeah.
We were so worried about you.
Well, not me. I knew my son would teach those machines who's boss.
Stop, Dad. I'm glad nothing bad happened to you.
I'll admit, those machines weren't particularly, gentle with us.
But much worse things would have happened if you and your friends hadn't done anything.
Oh man, I got so much to tell you guys. But where are we?
Well, it's hard to tell.
I guess it's some kind of reservation with trees, rivers, fields, as far as the eye can see.
That can't be.
Then come with us. We'll show you.
The king and his troops are already exploring it. Careful, Finn. Are you able to walk?
To be honest, I feel great. Mom, Dad, I'll see you in a minute.
Ah, yes. Nothing's ever bad happened at a reservation.
Wow.
Even though our own world is forever gone, here we may have been given a second chance.
The words of my doppelganger. Now I remember. Friends, our world did not disappear forever. It's right in front of us. The two worlds. They must have merged together after the scepter got destroyed. So now, our home is somewhere out there.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
Come here. Our species may never become true allies, and I can't simply forgive your kind for the century-long oppression of my people.
Reasonable.
So let me get something straight once and for all. We wolves will be there, dear. Maybe not as part of the rest of the animal community, but should a new danger threaten all our lives, we will be at your side.
Oh.
Well, this comes unexpected. You know, I understand you. All these stories about you wolves that our grandparents passed on to us, they've probably been driving an unbreakable wedge between our species for centuries.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe one day, we'll be able to coexist peacefully, without having to divide our territory.
I will do my best to uphold that, but the rest will depend on you. Put in a good word for me with your king. And Jarlina, there are a few things I'd like to talk to you about on occasion. Things I don't know if I can ever make up for.
We'll see, Father. It's all so surreal.
Yeah.
I still can't believe everything that's happened. Our whole world, our whole history, it was all very different from what we believed for centuries.
Now we know the truth, and we should make the best of it.
We have a lot to tell the others, and many things to take care of before things can get somewhat back to normal. But above all, we have a new history to write.
Game by Watch the Toast. I think this is their third game. Their first couple of games were total conversions of, I want to say Wolfenstein 3D, actually. These are the German voice actors. All pretty cool stuff, but yeah, I believe this is a German company. Patrick Mealy sounds familiar. Yeah, I'm trying to look through here to see if I can't identify any of these people. Yeah. No one off the top of my head. Guardian of the Backup Flyer. Marcus. Ray's Fox Schneider. Plot Hole Finder. Yeah, that could definitely be interesting. Yeah. But no, I'd say this is a exceptionally good point-and-click adventure game. They got some of their sound effects from the Hanna-Barbera collection. That explains so much. And this is using Scum. That makes sense. And this must be Kickstarter backers. Cool. But yeah, I love the pixely art style. I mean, that should come with no surprise. Yeah, that 16-bit and early 32-bit look is my jam. I mean, I still have love for the old 8-bit and 4-bit, but 16 I think is my happy place. But yeah, the character designs were all really good. Logic puzzles, I think without the walkthrough that I opened up on the second video, I would be able to kind of stumble my way through this game, but it would have taken at least twice as long. So the puzzles here are wonderfully intuitive. So I like that. I mean, I like when my puzzles are head scratchy, but when you come off of it, it's like, oh, okay, that's what it is. Yeah, I don't particularly like going full Sierra mode. But yeah, I'd say this game is a good blend in between the Sierra Online games and the LucasArts games. And I like how they blended having death sequences, but also not making that terrible, because every time you go into a screen where you can fail, they tell you. So yeah, if you haven't saved, that it's all on you, and I can appreciate that. Thank you so much, Blake. Thank you so much for making. Now it is time for celebration, it sounds like. These are probably major backers. Oh, there's Temmie. Okay. Second game that I've played in recent time where I've come across her. Rockman. Parrot in the chat. It could be a different Temmie. Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. I don't know. I just see a indie game and Temmie, and you're right. It is spelled with a Y. So yeah, that one was wrong. It's fine. That's true. I mean, they did have early gunpowder. You know, with the bomb. Yeah, I thought so too. I mean, if it was, I'd be like, hey, Serge, why haven't you played this game yet? Well, probably has played this game. But, yeah. I'd say as a great send-up for old point-and-click adventure games, I'm very, very satisfied with this. Love to Sundra. Oh, thank you for watching. I definitely had a lot of fun. 1 of the 8, eh? Oh, thank you. And yeah, tomorrow should probably be more Disco Elysium. That's a keyboard slap. But coming after this game, on one hand, I wouldn't mind going back to Magical Star Sign, but I think I'm gonna move Star Sign to my my regular YouTube channel. Largely, if anything, to make the text hopefully larger and more readable for viewers. But yeah, I think I've got another game I've got that I've been wanting to do for a while. That and it'll keep with my wanting to do a bunch of silly little furry games. Although the next one, which will still be very medieval in setting, I think it's going to be a lot less whimsical. Maybe not as bad as, say, Tooth and Tail, but not as wonderfully whimsical as this game. But yeah, speaking earlier about the fact that this game has death sequences, and it doesn't feel as bad as, say, the Sierra Online, because they kind of tell you what screens have them, it becomes almost fun to find out where they are. They feel like Easter eggs. Thanks so much for playing. Well, thank you again for making. And we're kicked back to the beginning. Okay, well, that was super fun. And I hope you all had a great time. I certainly did. And, yeah, when we come back next time, a little more disco. Have a good one, folks.